routine studio. And this is a video that I worked on with Larry, who is one of my students, and this is how to practice better. I think one of the key factors is be specific about what you want to achieve. How do you get there? It's all very well saying you want to be a better player, you want to be a more consistent ball striker, but you need to create goals on how to get there. And that's really the first part of the SMART theory. So this video kind of attains to kind of what we're trying to achieve in the practice routine here. So feel free to visit the video, and look forward to seeing you all in the new year. Thanks again. So here I am with Larry down in the studio, and I kind of want to talk about a little bit about some of the concerns that Larry has with his golf swing, and also talk about a better practice routine. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Larry.
I am roughly between a 9-11 handicap, natural lefty, playing right-handed, been playing that way for years. Challenging. We also discovered, well, I don't know if it was really discovered this year, but a niche in my swing where as I'm going through an impact, my left heel comes significantly off the ground, so we're working on that, trying to get down the ground and get more impact to the ball, to get more of the ball. Also, it will also help with some of the other parts of the swing where instead of the ball going to the right and getting more distance.
Perfect. So tell us a little bit about your practice routine. I know you have the orange whip and you generally warm up before you go play golf. What time do you usually get to the golf course before you play?
I get to the golf course generally between 75 minutes to an hour before I am gonna my tee time. This will give me an opportunity if I have to go sign in, and also gives me a more relaxing time on the practice facility. I don't like to feel rushed. Some people might, but I don't like to feel rushed. I like to take my time warming up and be ready for that first tee.
So here's what we're going to talk about, a better practice routine. Now, I know Larry does a lot of drills that I've given him at the house, which he does every day, and I know he goes to the gym, right?
I go to the gym 3 days a week, in addition to my working 50, 60 hours a week.
Pretty tough routine to get good at golf when you're working that many hours. So go ahead and make a couple of swings with the orange whip. I know you've done a few already, but we're gonna talk about how to kind of warm up. So now that Larry's warmed up from his orange whip, now we're going to get into an hour, 60-minute practice session, but it's going to be a little bit different for you, okay? Obviously, I don't have 100 golf balls down here.
No.
Just have 6, but we don't need 100. So here's the deal, what I want you to do. I want you to hit wedges. Just slightly warm up, hitting soft wedges, nothing major. I don't care what the ball does, we're just trying to get warmed up. The worst thing you can do is just get into full shot. So we're just going to hit some wedges to start with. Generally, I like to start with about 30 balls, just to kind of get warmed up. I'm not trying to hit the ball 5 miles, just hitting nice, easy wedges. We're just really trying to get the body warm, supple. Obviously, we're in the studio, so it shouldn't take too long, but we do live in Southwest Florida. So here we are back in that studio again, and obviously we're still working on practice with Larry, and now that he's hit about 30 golf balls, just to kind of warm up, we're going to go through each club, 1 ball for each club, and we're just going to make some golf swings. So Larry, lob wedge. Let's start with a lob wedge. Just 1 shot. Okay, we're just going to move all the way down through the club, so now obviously he has a sand wedge. Larry actually got fitted for some new clubs down at Club Champion in Naples recently. Feel like a caddy. So now we're just kind of moving through the class, just to kind of get Larry to make some full swings, no real, what we call practice as such, it's just kind of still going through the warm-up phase. So any questions you have so far, Larry? It's a little bit of a change for you.
Really no questions, it is a little bit of a change. Having done this type of warm-up to this degree,
Right.
going to each club in the bag, at least one hit.
Right.
So it could be a change that I bring to the golf course, we'll have to see.
Yeah, we're certainly going to be looking at doing something a little bit different in a few minutes. So no questions at all, huh?
Questions?
Yeah.
Well, the ball is going a little bit to the left,
A little bit to the left.
but it's not a bad thing, but trajectory and this path and how it's getting there,
Pretty good.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, you look at your
Well,
smash
I was-
factor.
I was looking at factors going,
But you got to understand, this is warm-up.
yeah,
This is not really what we're doing, working on practice as such. We're just trying to get loose. Obviously, Larry doesn't like that one, and as his coach, I don't either.
now, anything goes right,
Larry doesn't like right.
not a happy camper.
No, that's okay. Okay, so now that we've really kind of done the warm-up, obviously
That ball didn't pick up.
technology didn't pick us up. Must be a Thursday afternoon. We've been doing this for about 25 to 30 minutes. So, and that's just basically warm up, and we've hit about 40 something golf balls. So now I'm done with Larry's kind of warm up. We're going to talk about what he actually does with his left foot. His heel comes off the ground. So what we're going to do here is we're going to film this, and then we're going to show you kind of what happens in that video, and then we're going to work on a drill to help him get rid of that. Ready?
Ready?
Okay, Mr. Larry, now we can see we have the wedge under your left foot. I want you to make some small swings for me. Now let's see what happens to his foot. Now it's going to feel a little awkward for you, but what are we trying to do? We're trying to train that left heel to stay down, which is very difficult for Larry. But I think when people practice, what they do is they focus so much on the shot rather than what you're trying to create. You're trying to eliminate a specific issue. How does it feel, Larry?
Feels odd.
Odd? You can say it feels awkward, that's fine.
Awkward, odd.
Wrong?
Well, I wouldn't say wrong, it's end up being right.
Correct.
It's a change. When you have change, it's going to be a challenge.
Absolutely. Don't get anybody anywhere without any hard work. That's for
Especially
sure.
when something's been in ground from bad mechanics for a long time.
Correct. So as we can see, he's only making small swings, but we can see his left heel is staying down, and that's our goal. So here we are. We're trying to get Larry to obviously turn the ball over from right to left. Obviously, our biggest goal is hit fairways. Let's do it.
Open.
And now we're starting to get a little bit more club head speed, a little bit more ball speed, and obviously his spin's pretty good. 27, 78 is pretty good. The key factor for me is we're not trying to get Larry to really focus on the type of shot, we're trying to get him to still focus on what his body is doing. So Larry finally got one to turn over, and he hit his fairway. Obviously with a slightly closed club face, it brought the spin down, which is good. So now that we finished our practice session, obviously it really wasn't an hour for everybody watching, but we can see here that we've tried to create a practice session for Larry. Everybody's going to be different, but when you go practice, always have a specific goal that you're trying to achieve. Number one, get loose and get warm. Number two, then try to focus on your intent of what you're trying to change in the golf swing. Don't focus so much on the golf shot itself. That will come. And then you obviously need to focus on what you're trying to get down the road. But obviously for Larry, his left heel used to come off the ground about 6 inches at impact. Pretty severe. We're trying to keep that down because our goal is to help him compress the golf ball a little bit better. And obviously he's a type A personality. He knows that. And it's a good thing because he's a hard worker. Trust me, he works pretty hard and I'm impressed with that. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks again for joining me.